Okay, John, we're rolling.
So, Chris, this morning I was thinking about your father as I read through the poems that I was going to be reading today. I always do a read through before you come over and we do this. So, I was remembering a time when your father told me, you said, John, you said, sometimes I'll paint a painting of Baba and I'll wonder, why did I paint this painting? Whether is it worth it? He wasn't sure. And then someone would come into his studio, and he said it was often within a day or two, and say about that painting, Lynn, what a great painting. This painting speaks to me. I love it. So I was remembering that because in this group of poems, there are one or two where I asked myself, why did I write this? I really, when I write these, they just come. A line or two will come into my mind.
At night a lot, right?
Mostly during the night. I'll wake up.
Yeah.
And I'll have to get up because I know if I don't, it'll evaporate.
Right.
So a couple of these poems I wrote, and I have a habit of sending these out to a number of friends. And sometimes these friends send them to loved ones or relatives or whatever. And both of these poems that I told Anita, I said, maybe I'll just rip this up. And she always says, no, don't do that. And they become official once Anita types them up and they're on the page.
Yeah.
And in both cases, both these poems, one person said, this poem touched me on such a deep level I can't begin to tell you. And then the other one said, I felt this poem was written just for me.
Wow.
So again, your father sort of set off this memory. So, Chris, most of these poems are written over the last month. I think the first one was December 19th, and the last one I think was on January 21st. I think there's 16 of them. One we left out last time, so I'm going to begin with that one. That one was actually written on December 9th. And a few of these have to do with Christmas and with what a special time the Christmas time is.
Right.
And you'll be able to tell, or the listener will be able to tell.
Well, that's interesting because this was a especially interesting Christmas because it's such unusual circumstances, and in a way, people were more together, if in some ways, than in the past because
I definitely feel that.
They felt the importance of it.
I think the celebration of love and loved ones and family was particularly poignant, and I think a time to feel closer to him, to Baba. So without further ado, I'll read the first one, which I left out last time. Flood time. Just a single drop. It always starts this way. Perhaps a blade of grass, maybe an upturned leaf, even a receptive flower. Multiply again and again, drop upon drop, exponentially. Rivulets, brooks and streams, washes, gullies, rivers. You know the rest. His work is done this way. The desert will bloom. The rivers will run backwards. The ocean gives and receives all. Every head of every creature anointed once again. Flood time is now. Flood tide of creation. What does it matter? Whether I am awake, asleep, or dreaming, what does it matter? They are all the same to me. Your name on my lips, your sweet form before me, my head on your scented feet. Eyes opened or closed, it is no matter to me. This world is less than nothing. It travels along an ancient track, a path which all are born to. The master watches the spin and tilt of this world, looking for those unmoved by the lurch of the universe. Most fly off, unable to hold on. There is a world removed, a world apart from this one, where the fortunate one stands firm, rooted in the knowledge that you are the hands that hold us, the heart that molds us into the image and likeness of that which we came here for. Christmas star, you are the light of this world. You are born when the night is long. There is a silence that precedes you. Sound travels more clearly. We hear what the heart chooses. A gift of many you continually give. The ear receives what the heart gives, a highway less traveled. The wayfarer knows his effort is worth every subtraction of self from self. Pilgrim's progress is assured. This path is aligned with the birth of our Savior. Christ is the rose light of the dawn. The stars and planets prostrate themselves in the sky. All bow before the promise of the holy, unspoken birth of the Christ. A time of wonders. There is a quietude, a silence that wraps us, envelops us. Nature is more receptive, even cooperative. Light is softer, gentler. Animals acknowledge this peace, a docile, happier domesticity. All senses receive this gift, whether sinner or saint. All feel, hear, smell, see, taste the present of this season. Heaven and earth become one. Opposites attract. The lonely and desperate can realize and fulfill the hopes of a lifetime. It is a time of wonders. It is a time of connection. Our parent, our Father, knows the world's need. He sends the one who will awaken within us. Do you feel what I feel? A presence descending, a presence ascending. The Christ is born. This next one was Christmas Eve. And this is one I really like. A life in 2 stanzas. I carry the world in my head, information from a lifetime, scenes from travels, images from dreams. I am nearly an old man now. There is a distillation of sorts, somewhat soggy around the edges, like a not quite right souffle. Retrieval not up to par. What was it he said? Was I even there? I remember odd bits, some hauntingly beautiful, like a Krishna temple on the way from Pune, the women doing laundry by the banks of the river, and how loud the crows were. I remember that as clearly as the moment I drove by, thinking to myself, I must never forget this. I carry you in my heart, always, emblazoned there. I do not forget this, nor do I take it for granted. Time may ravage me. It will do what it does. But you are always there. Always. I love the sound of that word. It covers everything. It allows all, like you do, smiling at me as I teeter and totter a little slower each day, never judging me. My body bends more. I am giving way to gravity. I don't mind. Some fine day, my head will find my heart, and the two will bend, and they will bow. They will become one, and find themselves forever at your feet. Year-end clearance. Everything must go. Funny how it ends this way. How did we get here? Starts with best foot forward, promises, hopes, aspirations. The stuff of dreams rarely see the light of day. Man proposes, God disposes. His will be done. In the meantime, we march our merry way. Seasons pass, ancient markers, tempest fugit. Where does it go? It's as simple as this. Remember him. Be with him. Love him. All will be well. You will be happy. Ash. Break the windows. Send up the ladders. 7 alarms. Out of control. Spontaneous eruption. Internal inferno. Constant conflagration. Explosion of flame. Bursting, burning, blazing. Beyond flare-ups, frothing firestorm. No hose can tame this fire. No water can put it out. When all is said and done, there will be nothing left but ash. Anita, are you nearby?
Yes.
What is Imperishable Sweetness from, that beautiful book of Baba's?
Life at its best.
Life at its Best. This one's titled Imperishable Sweetness. The ocean is within, a sea of tranquility. Contact and connect. See what happens, what unfolds. Leave your little self behind. It cannot enter here. There is no room for the ego in its spurious forms. Though you and I are apart, or so it seems, in some way we have met, somehow, somewhere, sometime. You gave a gift, a pool that is there for all, still as a winter lake. Walk to the water, dive into the water, drown everything in his water. Unveil his perennial spring of imperishable sweetness. What could I possibly say? I wanted to write this poem with you as the meaning, a story of glory, truth, and compassion. What could I possibly say? My pen resisted. Do I even know what I'm writing about? I had asked you to never let me embarrass you with anything I've written. How can God be embarrassed? But you are man also. You reside in me as both. I go on writing, never knowing who is reading, who is listening, but sure in the knowledge you are smiling as this ink forms the letters on this page. Words that hopefully will fall at your feet like the tears that accompany them. Your grace. The breeze is a precursor. The ears sense what's approaching. Drops hitting high distant leaves. An announcement of what's to come. Your presence is like this, descending. Except the rain comes at once, softer, then harder, until I'm covered completely. Whether drizzle or deluge, I lift my face, my neck arches back, ready to receive what you give. Let your sky open up, envelop me, overwhelm me, kiss me, a torrent, a cloudburst. I am a desert dweller, every drop a blessing. I look to the heavens, ready to receive your grace. New Year, 3rd of January, a yellow butterfly in the yard. The world is upside down, 2 stink bugs at my window. To proceed or to proceed, look back or go forward. What comes next, God only knows. Advertisements everywhere. Banners galore, pushing messages, myopic fog. Death or rebirth, past or present, equipoise, balance, be as it may. Cleaning my house, odds and ends, bits and pieces, ready for the scrap heap. Yesterday, today, or tomorrow, it's all the same. Just sitting back and watching the show. The beloved is my only constant, my lodestar and companion. He is my sunrise and sunset. He is the sun shining in me. In this life with Baba, we do a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
This poem is titled Waiting. The lover is patient. All night long he waits. He has no other thoughts, awake or asleep. It is all the same. Finally, the rose-colored dawn rises up to greet him. The lover is impatient. The duties of the day perplex him. He wants nothing to do with them. Anything that takes him away from time with his beloved. It is all time pass. It is all a show. The lover is patient and impatient. He appears as if he is listening. He appears as if he is talking. He is nothing but an empty vessel, waiting, waiting, always waiting. The heart goes on beating. Yes, yearning, longing, aching. The beloved is patient also. All night long he watches, smiling at the helpless, hopeless lover, knowing he is steadfast and true. His name called out loud, his name uttered in the silence of sleep. The beloved is impatient. Countless lovers are sleepless tonight. He is waiting, waiting for the one ready to receive his kiss, waiting for the one long overdue. Prelude. The dark horse is fast approaching. The nightmare is nearly here. Shall I leave him riderless once again, or mount this steed and fly away? Dark night. There is a darkness descending. The shades are being drawn. The curtain is coming down. The light is dimming. I know what is coming. The hourglass is broken. Time is never as it seems. How did this happen? The show must go on. Life, my love, must go on. What is courage anyway, but the travails of the heart? Everyone's is numbered, a best by date. Mine has been revealed. Before this light scurries away, diminishing with each footstep, let me behold, at least once, the promise of what brought me here. Your arms around me, your hand in mine, my heart going home, light of my life. This next one, there's actually a song by this name, a song that a Baba lover, Mark Riney, wrote. The song is called Always Wrong. And this is my poetic Always Wrong.
They'll appreciate it.
We are always wrong. Wisdom begins here. No one is justified before God. Walk backwards. Notice every misstep, every slip. Talk backwards. Listen for the long lost love in your heart. The mirror is before you, every imperfection revealed. Swallow nothing, it is only a dream. Swallow everything, it is your birthright. Close your eyes, there is nothing here. Close your ears, there is nothing to hear. Only the sight of the beloved, only the voice of the beloved, here and now. Snapshot. When I was 11, I received a Kodak Brownie Hawkeye for my birthday. I would point and shoot, knowing nothing about composition, except what I saw through the lens. Were I to see those photos now, I might not even recognize the subject matter, nor the objects. Colorful moments rendered black and white, fading, gone gray around the edges. As the years came into focus, I learned about perspective, spatial distance, and relationships. But I would still point and shoot. Images and likeness more true. The form composed, resolved. Still something missing. The elusive eye silently shuttered. I no longer need a camera. I have taken enough photos. I no longer need a camera. I have taken enough pictures. My life is a box of photos. I now spend my time searching, rummaging through, looking for that snapshot of you. Now the last one. I woke up, I wrote this 2 days ago. I woke up, as I often do, 3 or 4 in the morning. And I was remembering, I've been near death a few times in this life. And I have had that experience each time of seeing my life before my eyes. The old expression, life flashing before your eyes. So the title of this one is Life Flashing. The pen in my hand, the impetus to write this, sitting at my desk, breakfast after showering, sleeping and dreaming, putting on pajamas, last night's dinner, then faster. The world kept spinning, days, weeks, months, years, people I've known, some important, some not, loved and not so much, adulthood, childhood, whatever came before, life flashing before my eyes. I remember everything, every detail, each and every moment. Nothing compares to your smile, your silent eyes following me, closer than a shadow when the sun is overhead. And that's it.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, and J. Bob.
J. Bob.